Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Run the Flood, our weekly Shadowrun 5e game here on Table of Horrors. I am your Cosmic GM, Softanamicon, and I am joined by my wonderful friends and players Mojave, played by Daybreakathon, Morningstar, played by Theresa Rave, Cloudburst, played by Lord Rodan, Anxiety, played by Slippery Nosferatu, and Jason, played by our resident thirst trap, Naskavian. When we last left off, the party, after some lovely time back at their home base, found out about what appears to be Oliver Falcone's female friend from about 3 years ago. And Mojave, in a spur of the moment, decided to send a text message. With that text message, Veruca invited him to come speak with her. And now the party is at an abandoned office building to meet with Vice's daughter. Mojave, Anxiety, you are currently entering to the front of the building. Everyone else is off in an alley in a dumpster-disguised Vamphibious. Before we move on, is anyone going to be anywhere specific?
Uh, hmm? Oh,
Okay, Day, how tall is Muhammad?
6 foot flat.
Okay. Anxiety is 3 inches taller, so we are at all times directly behind Mojave, just a pair of glowing red eyes peeking over the top of his head at people.
So this is a space that is absent of a host,
Yes.
but I am able to keep eyes on the crew via the phone devices or the communication devices throughout
Yes.
everyone.
Yes, because you had hacked in to Veruca's phone as well, so you still have access to her video and microphone.
Yes. So I keep that up. I also have access to basically tracking stuff as far as our crew goes. So I have that. And then give me 1 second. Sorry. Okay. So is it possible for us to, I think I'll say to Jason, could you send some of your fly spies into the room with them?
Yeah, sure. Any spot in particular?
Is there windows here?
There are windows, but they are completely boarded up or closed in. The few that do, when they were looked in, they just seem to look in on an empty room.
Okay. Mayhaps, because I'm assuming that the other two are already inside, so they can't the fly spies can't follow in after them.
I will say that at this moment, like when I'm asking you all to do something, it is the moment before they walk in.
Okay.
Basically, Anxiety is walking up to Mojave before they enter the building. I will let everyone do something before opening doors and going in.
Okay, could they
Shadow them?
Yes, and then from there I can essentially log into the fly spies.
Oh yeah, for sure. Not a problem.
Okay,
I'll have my
great.
5 spies shadow our dudes.
Yeah. And then from there I just extra pairs of eyes. But I would like to have the focus not necessarily be on like our dudes, but rather in case anyone wants to be sneaky. You know what I mean? Like kind of watch their backs in that way. And so I just want access to those things so that I'm in Morningstar's mind is just a bunch of screens, you know, of their different viewing abilities, audio channel, you know, all that stuff. So keep an eye on our guys.
Keeping an eye out on our guys. I think I'll go astral and kind of just tail after him as astral security
Hey.
right along to the side.
Wonderful.
Is Finn
Yeah.
remaining at the Amphibious or coming with you?
He was going to be my hat.
Understandable. So,
Love that.
Cloudy, you go dark as you enter into the astral. Finn pulls a full-on morph and turns into your hat. And you are easily able to quickly catch up behind them, and you may walk in alongside them.
Yeah, high key. If you're not intentionally trying to hide from us, Mojave will full
No.
on like eye contact on the astral, like nod.
Eye contact on the astral, nod, flip my hat, and look forward.
Oh yeah. The Astral Boys, can all of you please roll me a sensing?
Oh, I want to let you know, Softy and Jason, I am sharing my visual with Jay.
Okay.
So he would also have access to all of the stuff I have access to as far as visuals go.
Fair enough. You two are basically riding shotgun together.
Mm-hmm.
Got 3, 2, 3. Okay. I'm going to check that 3 real quick. You're fine. So, with those sensing rolls... Yeah, honestly, it's not that hard. With it, 3 is pretty damn good. You're able to see into the building, finally, properly with the new inhabitants, as it were. There is a very strong signature to one side. The signature in question is rather unique, but familiar. All of you have seen what Vice appears as astrally, that even if it's the same as what regular Vice looks like, it is still it's just that glowing red. This is just a little more pink. And it's definitely weaker, smaller, and they are off to the side. You can assume familiarity, this is probably Veruca. There are 3 other individuals in that room that are astrally sensitive and appear to be some form of mage or adept. Everyone in there, other than who seems to be Veruca, has the emotional... It's a mixture of like a couple people are stressed, but a lot of them are really dull. Like they're bored. So there's a couple stressed individuals, but most people are bored. And the emotional state is difficult to tell in Veruca, but Veruca's is anger. There's definitely a subtle anger. Cold. Not hot.
Yeah, we about to stroll in there, bold as brass.
Fair enough. So, you're able to stroll in there, bold as brass. Upon entering the building in the physical realm, you find what just appears to be kind of torn off walls, a couple places, cubicles that are missing, an empty office space, probably what would have been a reception area. The center is completely empty, but to either side, there are no less than 15 people in this room that are visible, and there's probably about 5 more, unless they're clumping weirdly, that you can sense actually above on the second floor. And the 15 people are just like visually who's there. That does not count Veruca. It appears that signature is coming from behind a wall. In the center of this room, there are a couple chairs. Only 3 specifically. And there is a gentleman sitting in one of the chairs. He is fairly tall, Absolutely one of them astrally sensitive individuals. We're talking like, actually, I say fairly. He's Mojave's height. He's 6 flat. Very wide man, though. We're talking broad-shouldered, very muscular. Not a mage, definitely an adept. And he is sat with rather a lot of confidence. And he just sort of stares at you as you enter in.
Yeah. You said Veruca's not in like the.
Yeah,
We
she's
have to
not.
go to another. Yeah.
Yeah, she's not visible. She's behind a walled area.
Yeah. No. Full on. We are striding up to that fella who's there, just all confidence, as much confidence as he's got. I am exerting more. It's like, hey, here to see Rue.
The mood in the room immediately shifts the minute they hear Rue. And the nerves. Everyone is suddenly nervous or confused.
Mojave's grin widens a little bit.
The man who's like had all this confidence, he's a bit taken aback. And is just sort of calmly, who the fuck are you to ask for the boss like that?
I'm Ollie Falcone. Who are you?
He kind of stands up to, I'd say, face you. He does definitely take notice of the glowing red eyes behind you.
Yeah, and I was like full on like leaning in, like.
Yeah, you're leaning over him. He kind of gets up, trying to just, I guess the best way to put it is use. My brain went private space, but that's personal space. Using the logic of personal space to kind of push you back from him, not touching you.
Oh
or
no, I am
anything.
not being pushed back. No, he wants to play these games.
Oh. He's a little uncomfortable. The fact that you didn't move back, he's definitely wasn't expecting that. Be a little bit like,
Yeah, no, he's moving back. I'm not moving.
you do get him to hit the chair a little bit. He just wasn't prepared. He kind of steps back a little bit, like.
So do I gotta ask again? I'm here to see Rue.
He gets definitely a little mad, and he is gonna reach forward to try to grab you by the chest, like by the shirt.
I'm
Snatch
just
this
looking at
man's
him.
hand out the air.
Just you snatch it.
By the wrist, yeah.
We're not here to cause problems, but if trouble's what you want.
Do either of these guys appear? We're the only elves here, right?
Yeah, no, everyone in this room that you could kind of see is either human. Some of the dudes might be elves, but like a couple people have either long hair or they're in the dark, so it is kind of hard to tell.
Yeah.
So like it's a mixture of people, but majority human, because that's just sort of that is the majority of population is regular humans in the metahuman populations. So
after snatching this man's wrist out the air, he'll just say something vaguely menacing sounding in Spetherio.
what do you say? What you say mean?
Basically, that none of them will be able to touch him without like him touching them twice first, you know?
I have this world's equivalent to Google Translate up right now, and I'm actively translating. Like, what is my man saying right now? I would love to know.
So
The
here's
specifics
the
are pretty
problem.
much if you want to touch him, I will have to touch you twice first.
Oh my god.
There's here's the problem with that.
Mm-hmm.
Spethiel is a very odd language. It's also very protected in a couple ways. I don't know if Google Translate can actually get a hold of it. Or Booble Translate, as it were. It is not one of those ones that is easily translated unless you have been trained in it. It is a heavy language.
So okay, so here's my question, right? All languages are based in a root of some sort, right? She can think things she can matrix search things at
Yes.
the speed of thought, right? So like because she also knows that like Mojave speaks this language. So she is just like, this is something that she wants to learn. And so she starts saving, I think, like tabs of like root languages
You
of
can-
this and like trying to, you know what I mean?
Browser with
You,
unlimited tabs.
I'll even give this, like, you can start saving tabs, but every tab you're going to get is going to be either something from like a Tirnanog, Tirtagerna, the one that's
Yes,
so
I know what you
hard
mean.
for me to pronounce.
Tirtungire.
Yes,
Tirtungire.
there.
I've been pronouncing it wrong this whole time. It's Tirtungire. It's going to be one of those because Spirthiel is a root language. It's
And it's so highly tonal and just conjugation awful that you plug in what you think he said and you get back something about spaghetti. Like,
yes, it's
No,
like you're
I
gonna
get that.
literal
Okay.
translations of words without their conjugation, and it completely changes
Right,
what they mean.
right.
So I'm gonna let you have articles that can start the process of you getting to know Spirthiel, but
Yeah,
there's
they speak it enough, you know? I feel like-
there's nothing in this moment that I can allow that you'll actually be able to understand it.
Okay, I will send myself a reminder to ask what he said later because I want to know.
Of course.
Because it sounded really menacing and cool, and I just want to know.
Yes, and obviously,
recorded, saved for the playback.
Yeah.
what's
And
that?
with the caption, "Ask Liam about this later."
What the fuck does this mean? But no.
Yeah.
Ask Mananan Makalia.
Oh yes. Okay.
404 is enough.
404 is an elf, but there is a difference between elves that know Spirthiel and elves that don't.
She's
Because-
she's from
Oh shit.
the
Atslan.
Philippines. She's exactly.
She's
so,
Atslan. She's Mexican and Filipino. So yes.
got you. Okay, yeah.
She,
I
she
tr-
is
I tried,
very
dog.
similar to Cloudy in
You're
that
fine.
respect.
Yes.
She does not know Spirathia.
Well, she knows.
Spirthiel
She
is
knows.
difficult.
Morningstar knows. Essentially, it's Spanish, but from Atslan. But
Yes,
yeah, so
Atslan or
she knows
Spanish.
that.
Which-
Yeah, so that's what she's fluent in.
Yeah, and to give a bluntness, Atslan or Spanish is just Mexican Spanish.
Yep.
With technically speaking, from what I learned, with a little bit of a retake of some Aztec words.
Got you.
So it's
Yeah.
not exactly. There are words that are taken back in from Aztec, but for the most part,
It's
it's Mexican
mostly-
Spanish.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's what she's fluent in. So she's like, I don't know what these people are saying, but I want to know. So I'm gonna
I
save
wanna
that
know what the
audio
fuck.
for later.
That was some sort of weird guttural sing-songy whatever the hell I just heard.
Yeah, and she's also, I think she's like, whoa, that is the most menacing that she's ever heard, like Liam B. So she's like, also a little bit like red alert, like, oh wait, are things popping off? You know, so
yeah,
she's
no,
like,
for what it's worth, the response is just like utterly casual, dismissive. Body language could not be more calm. Just absolutely.
mhm.
This man
Relax.
is beneath our notice here.
Okay, so then she'll relax a little bit when she sees the body language of Mojave.
I'd say the adept that you grabbed the hand of, he is a little shooken because it's shooketh. He's a little shooketh as he was not fully prepared for your speed or the very threatening language that he has no fucking clue what it means. He absolutely kind of pulls himself away really quickly. It's like he almost goes to get into like a stance to, fight you, and then you watch as he falls a bit, where his arms go from getting ready to falling down to his sides, and he kind of looks down and through like he's suddenly listening to something, where he's not taking in the visual information anymore. He's focused on something else completely. But he's looking through like it's not whatever's in front of him. And after he kind of does that, he looks to the side. And all of you, astrally, you know that's where Veruca is. That's where her signature's coming from, is past that wall. And after a few moments, he kind of backs up going, I don't know who the fuck you are, because I don't fucking think you're who you say you are, but boss is apparently... he's very nervous. All of his confidence is disappearing, and he keeps nervously looking to the side. Like, he's not fully prepared for what's about to happen. Like, he's scared. He's actually
Honestly,
looking
at this
scared.
At this point, like, I've made my impression. I've made my point. This man is of no more use to me. We're just going on ahead. Like, I'm not waiting to be shown the way anymore. He's waffling. We're walking.
As
All in line directly behind.
yeah.
Pete, top of his head as well.
As you walk forward, you immediately hear multiple footsteps, like as people like kind of move forward, and then out loud for everyone to hear, stand down, let him in. And it's a very my voice didn't want to go that high, but a rather high pitched, very... The best way to put it is, you know, if she got any louder, she might kind of sound annoying. It also sounds a little put upon. It sounds fake. It sounds like Barbie fake. And everyone kind of backs up from you and lets you go.
Yeah, full on, walking ahead, hat comes off as we cross the threshold, arms spread wide in greeting, just, hey, Rue, how you been?
The minute you walk around what's basically a cubicle, so there's no door or anything, you walk around, you hear a snap, like a finger snap, and suddenly all around you are vines with some of the sharpest thorns you've ever seen. And they're just there. And Cloudy, they're around you too. These are dual-natured items. They're in astral and physical. They're fading a little bit, so they're struggling to do that. But they're clearly a spirit creation.
Again, Smile has yet to waver. He is chill. This is like this, same as the guy out there.
Yeah, and Mojave, you are faced in front of you is Rue. She appears a little older than you remember her, but not like a lot. It's only been 3 years, but given that she technically was late teens, like we're talking 19 to almost 20 when you last saw her, and now she's like, getting to 23. There's definitely a little bit of aging that's occurred. And she's not really holding that Barbie-esque attitude right here. She's clearly shifted it back. And you can see the kind of coldness in her face as she studies you. And
Long time no see.
As you can see, she's like laying down on it's basically hot pink velvet chaise lounge that's been dragged into this area. You can see the drag marks and the debris underneath it. She moves herself, sits up, with a little bit of disbelief in her face. Really, like, looking at you. How are you doing that?
Doing what?
How do you look like him?
Well, it all starts with being him. I'm back. I know it don't make sense, but what can I say?
You can tell that there's this moment in the air Like it's silent. It's dead. The air has gone out of the room. You could hear a pin drop in this place. And all of a sudden, all of the vines completely disappear. And Rue rushes forward, and Mojave, she jumps right into your arms, throwing her arms around your neck and just planting the biggest kiss on your cheek. And she just screams out, "You're back! Oh, I missed you so much!" She's fucking ecstatic. She's losing it.
You know, we hug her back. Like,
Oh yeah. And Morningstar, you're seeing all this from the Spyfly. Barbie is on him. Like, he is getting absolutely just glomped on by Malibu Barbie.
I mean, here's the thing. She's like, well, okay, great. Barbie didn't shoot him. That's wonderful. I love that news. Doesn't mean that she trusts this girl at all. She is not only Vice's daughter, but like she married into the Verentes family, which is crazy. Like, you know, she's like, ma'am, I don't know what you were thinking, but this ain't great. So, yeah, she doesn't trust her, but she's like, so long as she's not attacking Mojave, then like she'll let it play out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She's like, I won't fucking go in guns a-blazing or anything, but she's definitely keeping an eye on her. I would like to know if I can see through the fly spies. And I don't know if this would be like an insight check or what, but I would like to check on her people and their reaction to her like accepting that he is Ali.
Yeah, that's judge intentions. And while that roll's going on, Mojave, she like leans back, holds your face in both her hands, and she's just, Ollie, where have you been? What happened? Where have you been? Look at you. Look at you.
long story.
Long story that you're gonna tell me.
I mean, how long you got?
It's been so boring without you. I haven't had fun in so long. Oh, I have all the time in the world. Oh, come on. And she grabs your hands, Mojave, and she's pulling you towards that chaise lounge.
All right, okay, yeah. By the way, Rue, anxiety, Rue, cloudy, Rue.
Yeah, and she looks at anxiety, kind of cocks her head for a minute, and goes, oh, kind of an interest, and then she turns to Cloudy, looks at you, Cloudy, like full on, smiles, a little bit fake, and then she looks up to the top of your head and just goes, oh, it's so cute. Oh, are these all the friends you wanted to show me?
Yeah, some of them. I am running with a new crew these days.
I gotta know. I have to know what they are. I have to know who they are, please. I'm so excited. I can't believe you're back. And she just will not, like, she keeps hugging you. She's just, she's near tears almost. Like, even you never got to see Rue this emotional.
Yeah, he's very much this sort of nonplussed energy of like, oh wow, like, dang.
Little slide on the judge intentions. Shock. Just shock and confusion. Any person who's actually able to see this is just sat there staring at their boss, just so confused.
Yeah, I'm sure they're not used to seeing her this way as well. I would like to Nope, won't do that. I will wait till I get to talk to Mojave later. Never mind. Yeah, but now that I know that they all seem very shocked and a little confused, she'll be like, okay, well, nobody's pulled out a gun yet, so. But she keeps an eye, you know?
And Mojave, if you're gonna follow, she just sits you down on the chaise lounge and sits next to you, and she keeps looking to you, and as she reaches out, and you can feel this, she's not just, touching your face on physical, she's very much reaching in astrally and, touching the cheek of the amorphous thing that is your spirit form at this point.
Yeah. A couple things have changed since last we met.
You're telling me? Look at you! Oh, you can. Oh, and she.
Yeah.
You get that she just suddenly had a whole moment of realization, and you actually see her put her hand over her face a little bit, and for the first time ever, Rue looks a little embarrassed. She's not covering herself, but there's that little bit of embarrassment, she wasn't fully ready to appear, if that makes any sense, and you can kind of see her astral side shifts a little bit.
When you say shifts,
I'd say it cleans up a little bit and becomes more like her regular human form. And a lot of the big presence kind of shrinks in a little bit.
Yeah, there's just a moment of I bit different. I never knew you were Vice's kid.
Well, I'm not. Well, I'm not gonna, tell everybody. At least back then.
Of course not. I get it.
I'm mad at you for leaving like that.
Yeah, that's fair. That is more than fair, Rue. When I tell you, it had to be that way.
I thought you died.
Between you and me, I did.
And then you came back?
Yeah, these things happen.
How'd you get a physical body again, though?
Oh. Weird out there in the desert, Rue.
That's why I don't go to the desert.
You know what? That's completely fair, but it had to be that way. Anyway, I'm back, and I mentioned I got business here in Vegas now, right?
Oh, good. Yes, you did.
Yeah. You know what? You know them spirit things. You know them little red worms have been popping up everywhere?
Ugh. Yes, they're disgusting.
I know. Do you know? Okay, so, I heard you just got married, Rue.
Oh.
I mean, congrats. If I'd have gotten an invite, it would have been a scene, but anyway.
Married. The dress was beautiful.
I figured it was something like that.
You know it's something like that.
Mm-hmm. But, you know Evangeline.
Oh, yeah. Bitch. But yeah.
Yeah. Between you and me and my crew, we got a reason to think she's in with the worms.
Well, she's gross enough. Fuck. and like her face twists a little bit, and a little bit of that astral form kind of grows a little bit, and kind of gets a little bit spikier. And there's a little bit of that core of a little bit of rage seeping in, like she's getting angry again.
Yeah. We've been following a trail, trying to make things happen. And I was just talking to Vice this morning. About
You
how
talked to
could-
Dad?
Yeah. He's actually the one that said we should come by. Of course, I didn't know he was talking about you at the time, but like, hey, here we are.
Oh, and Daddy didn't tell me.
Guess he wanted it to be a surprise.
I mean, I know he didn't really know about, like, you and me, though, but, like, he really couldn't have just told me someone was coming to see me? Oh. This is why I don't text him that often.
He knows how to text.
Kind of. He's still a pretty old man,
Does he do the thing with the two-finger typing?
I wish.
Two vines?
I had to help him, and he still has one of those phones with the keyboard.
Uh-huh.
And it's like, he's doing, like, his best. But it's not...
30 years to send okay? Yep.
Yeah. And he's always just like, well, why don't we just talk in person? And I'm always busy. He's always busy. And then when we talk, it's like, a couple days after I could have known something.
And you're just sort of like looking around at the place. It's like, it does seem like you've been keeping busy these past couple of years.
Oh, yeah. Without you there, I got bored and hungry. And, this made a lot more sense.
I mean, I get it.
Sorry. I just watched.
I would like to know.
The silent. I don't.
There's a lot of vague conversation happening about things that happened in the past. Because someone gives some answers. because the snake in the van would like to know.
The snake in the van has not stopped making rattling noises.
I'm just the whole time, and ain't nobody talking. You know what I'm saying? They're saying shit, but they're not saying shit, and I need answers.
I mean, how do you come to somebody you haven't seen in 3 years and be like, hey, yo, we gotta go beat up your mother-in-law?
Listen, she called her a bitch. She ain't gonna be mad
yeah.
about it. She ain't gonna be mad about it,
Oh, no. Sir. Sorry, my dog has been squeaking at me nonstop.
Fair. Rue, like, oh my god.
Do you hear this?
Yes. What the fuck is that?
He's sassing me.
Oh, how dare he? Rude. Rude child.
Mojave will hear in his little communications device. What does she mean?
This little blip, or no, you're calling over the sub vocals.
His sub vocals, because he can wear them now, and so she's like, what does she mean when she says you're having fun? And then she got hungry.
Having that moment of how do I answer questions while actively engaged in a conversation with somebody else?
Yeah, because speaking on sub vocal can be below speaking level, but she's looking at you.
You don't have to answer her right now.
Yeah, no, we are mentally putting a pin in that, and we are. I'm having a conversation with somebody face to face right now, and if I start talking to the little voices in my head, Rue is going to have so many questions that we have enough questions to deal with already.
Yes.
Do I need to? Do you need me to
I
kill
will
Vinny?
be right back. I need
The
to
dog's
deal with
gone.
him.
The dog's dead.
The dog's Jesus.
No, listen. He did it to himself. He has
Ghost hound.
astrally. He's ghost hounding. He's literally astrally projected. Went. I must ascend and murder. He is a revenant.
The dog has been handled.
Okay, but no. Like Rue straight up leans into you and goes, Did you need me to kill Vinny? Is he a problem?
Oh.
Evangeline?
Vinny couldn't care less about the guy. Although, bit of funny coincidence here, right? Remember a couple days back, he had his bachelor party and you got up in arms?
Oh, yeah. As you say that, she pauses. And she
Real big
turns her
misunderstanding.
head.
Friends of mine, you know how it is.
She turns her head to Anxiety, blinks
Only
a
part of
couple
him.
times.
Only part of him that is visible again is the hair and the eyes. Everything else is like black tack.
That is absolutely true. Here's the only thing I give you. This is a spirit, and
Did you
you
see
do not
me
have
astrally?
the ability to hide yourself astrally right now.
Oh no, I was prefacing him pulling up the front of the
Ah.
black tack and showing off his abs.
Yeah, you see? He's like that.
She looks at the abs and goes, "All right, I know those abs."
You could grind meat
Uh-huh.
on those, of course.
And then she just kind of pauses and goes, "Oh well, I guess he didn't go to Reno. Bygones but bygones. I'll call it off immediately. I'm sorry."
Yeah, no hard feelings, right? Right, anxiety?
Right, it's right. And she kind of grins at you.
Shakes his head. No, we're good.
Yeah.
Perfect. It was just that the deal was in a little danger because he was getting cold feet, and it's a long,
Yes.
complex process. So
Speaking of which,
A friend of this man?
that deal.
Friend of mine.
right.
What? Yeah, I was, as I said, I was talking with Vice, right? We got business with Evangeline.
Yeah.
And he was telling me that, he couldn't intercede directly because he had a deal and because you had a deal. So if we wanted to do business with Ms. Evangeline, you were the person to talk to.
Yeah. What's Daddy's deal? Oh, right. Ooh. Man, I hope Daddy never goes in on that deal. I don't want another sibling by her.
Another? Sorry. Morningstar says, so sorry. Morningstar says, another? Just whispered over the sub vocals for both Anxiety and Oliver.
She really doesn't care about her kids. Well, unless they're useful.
I mean, we saw them pics of how she was acting at the wedding.
Oh, I know. She looked awful. But it did piss me off a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, disrespect if nothing else.
True.
But so this deal you made with her,
Oh, right. Yeah. The deal I made, her son is losing so many men. The Varentess are on the fucking edge, I swear to God. So they came to me.
leans forward a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Apparently, someone's leading everything into hell. It's Evangeline herself. I know it is. She
That's
doesn't
what we're
like.
thinking.
She always makes mistakes. I heard she made some kind of deal recently, and it took all of the money, and it's insane.
Is that so?
Yeah, the gossip's been real weird, though. No one wants to fucking talk about it. And then she comes to me?
What'd she want?
So she wanted... So she actually wanted the wedding, because the wedding would give... it's that classic, I want money and power bullshit. So she wanted the wedding so that I would become part of the Varian test and that my men would work for her and that's sort of it. So yeah, I've just been giving away for security detail. But that's it.
So when I tell you, she's been playing games, right? The gossip's been real weird lately. You heard about that flood back in LA?
She like pauses. Yeah.
Yeah, Evangeline's working with the folks who made that happen. They're trying to make something worse happen right here in Vegas. Ruin everybody's fun.
I heard what happened to the LA spirits. My uncle! Oh, I think he was okay. I don't want anything to happen to Dad.
I mean, that's what me and my crew are here working to fix.
Are you telling me that you came back and you're gonna save everyone like a prince?
Excuse me?
You know, like the knight in shining armor, Prince Charming. And she kind of like pinches your cheek and smiles at you. You can see a lot of mischief in that way she said it.
Yeah, he could not roll his eyes at
The way
what are these words you are saying to me? Full on Ollie Falcone disgust right now.
Morningstar was drinking from a water bottle and fully chokes when she hears that. She's like, what?
And she's just giggling to herself now. She's having a great time. And you'll notice that as she's kind of giggling, she leans back in and you hear her like sniff, like, and she sniffs the air and like licks her lips for a minute. You said you have more friends? Are they close?
Might be.
I think there's one of them I really want to meet.
You play nice, Rue.
I will play very nice. Listen, you know, I don't have to hurt anybody. I just like being around certain kinds of people. You know that.
This business is kind of important, you know. We gotta focus on that. And I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, maybe I'm here to play Prince Charming, but it's also a little bit personal.
Mm-hmm.
You remember what them Varentests did to me way back when, yeah? Bits and pieces, if nothing else.
Yeah, they made you not fun anymore.
Yeah. And, we got reason to suspect Miss Evangeline over there's been making the things that they use to do what they did to me.
I don't like when my fun is ruined.
No, she ruined your fun way back when, and she's about to do it again. Heck, she's been ruining your fun every step of the way. I mean, look the way she was at your wedding.
Mm-hmm. That's why she did it. That's why she asked for a deal. She wanted to ruin my fun. But she's not gone to Gus yet.
Oh my god. By the way, as like names are being mentioned,
you're just like writing in notes, like
yeah, like tabs are going up now. Like, who the fuck is Gus? Like, you know,
what the fuck is this? What the fuck is going on? What the fuck do you mean?
I'm really beginning, like, Morningstar's really beginning to question the kind of, especially when they were like, that very last moment, I like to be around certain people. She is like, now wait a minute, bitch. So she's, you know, Morningstar's doing her thing, multiple tabs up, doing some research.
Okay. So what do you want me to do?
Well, first off, me and my crew, we want to go have a word with Evangeline. See what she's doing, where she's doing. And I figure, you know, you're in a unique position to get us in there, Rue. If you wouldn't mind, of course.
That's true.
And in general, overall, I mean, you know about that biodome thing, yeah?
Yeah, it's gross.
Yeah, it's real gross. We're trying to take it down.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Hmm. Okay.
You win?
Maybe
Be a real fun time.
It does sound fun, but, and she kind of like puts her like this would put it. She like puts her finger on your chest and like kind of holds and goes, but I need 2 things.
Name it.
1, I need to meet all your friends. And 2, you and I gotta have fun. Not immediately, but you gotta take me out again.
Yeah, no, you beat me to it, Rue. I was gonna say, when all this is over, we gotta get lunch sometime, catch up properly.
Oh, I already know what the magazines are gonna be. Oh, I know what we're
Oh, yeah.
wearing.
That is the right now, you know, it ain't public that I'm back yet.
Oh. So I gotta
Uh,
be quiet.
for the time being, I'm sure it's only a matter of time. I mean, you know me keeping a low profile ain't exactly been my shtick. But you know how it is. You don't want news hitting the tabloids too early.
Fine. I'll be good.
Appreciate it, Rue. Really, honest.
But right now, I want to meet all your friends. I'll send all the boys away if you want. I know they can kind of be spooky. But they really are harmless unless I tell them to.
Morningstar hisses in the front seat. Like, this bitch.
I'll tell you this much, Rue. When I say these are my friends, I'm not gonna give any of them orders. It's up to them whether or not they come.
Oh.
But I'll let them know you want to say hi. And even though I 100% know Scales has been watching and listening in, I am going to like shoot her a text anyway. That's just a snake emoji smiley face? Question mark.
Well, I assume all your friends are listening right now. Because that's just smart. So I'm going to put this out.
I'm not going to say that there wasn't some concern. You just have me shot.
So, I'll give this to them. I like to work with people I can see. So if all of them come in here, I promise I'll be good. I won't hurt anybody. And I won't eat anyone.
Good.
There's a rattlesnake sound that Mojave can hear over the fucking piece. So can anxiety. I will poke Cloudy's body and then realize like, oh, he's astrally already there because he didn't say anything when he vamped out. So, she will be like, well, Jason, are you comfortable going inside?
She wants like all of us to be there, like in the flesh.
Yes. I will bring Midori. He will be your bodyguard.
Okay.
All right. Midori, are you ready?
I am ready for bodyguarding.
She gives him a kiss on the top of his head and says, all right, come on, Jay. And she will wait for the illusion to vanish up our dumpster truck for a moment, so that she can...
Says it to Rue, but obviously the sub vocals will pick it up, just like, yeah, I'm gonna let them know they got nothing to worry about so long as they're friends of mine.
Mm-hmm. Also, can I play with the puppy? And she like reaches her hands out towards like Cloudy's hat.
Oh my god.
I'll go ahead, manifest on in. Does it look like the big old guard could actually like see into the astral? Like, had he actually ever looked at me?
I'd say he was a little distracted, but he definitely saw you.
Okay. Well, for anyone that wasn't, we'll go ahead and just pop on in. All right, fine. And I'll promise I'll not tell him to eat you or any of your guys either. Flip off the hat, toss it out, and Finn can pop on out or flop onto the floor as a hat. It's up to him.
Finn will pop out, and he absolutely kind of takes that stance of a slightly shy, like, dog. Like, he's not fully alright.
Hmm.
But Veruca, like, stands up, and she calmly walks over, and she just sets her hand out, like, open-palmed toward Finn. And he basically pulls the whole, like, dog sniff thing. And then he comes up to her, and she, like, pets him and, like, scratches him on the head. And she's like, oh, he's so cute.
Yeah, he's a funny little fellow. We picked him up during the flood.
And I raised him from a tiny, adorable little hatchling. Weren't you an adorable murder machine when you were younger, huh?
Loyal as all get out.
Oh, that's so impressive. And she kind of looks up at you and goes, you are really impressive, getting a death spirit to listen like that. Though he's not all that anymore. He's got more to him now. And she's like pinching his old cheeks and like just, she's no fear. She loves this thing.
Yeah, what can I say? I know how to pick him.
Oh yeah, and I will say right now, I never described. Veruca looks actually like Malu Barbie, like she has long rose blonde hair. She's wearing like not even a mini skirt, a micro skirt that's basically like pink velvet, and like lines up into like a very short, very revealing dress. Like we're talking, she got side boob and front cleavage.
Mm.
And is there like half an ass poking out the bottom kind of thing?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
Just about. Morningstar, when we exit the car, she does sort of position her body so that like on one side would be Midori protecting Jay and the other side would be her. She mostly does this for comfort for Jay, because she thinks they're okay right now. Like no one's gonna shoot them, but she knows he's definitely like not doing well. So she's just like, doing what she can to help him.
Oh yeah, and as you two walk forward, Rue like stands up really quickly and walks past everyone. Like does this whole like grabs, like what I guess would be the pole side of what would be a like the wall, like it's a support beam. Does a whole like lean around the edge and goes, everyone, let him in. Don't you do anything. And she just seems like she almost starts behaving a little bit like a ditzy drunk for a minute. Like she very much is switching between a little more serious, a little Barbie-esque, and then a little more ditzy. And it's very clean, the switch that's going on.
Morningstar is... She makes sure that the other two like get into the door first because she's fucking big. So, but when she does come in, she's at her full height. You know what I mean? Because she's kind of trying to not appear as like I'm Mojave's wee friend. Like she's definitely like I'm a fucking snake and I like do not play games with me, little girl. Maybe looking a little more like a Loki-san than Morningstar. So yeah.
Jay's
full on. Drop you first.
Jay's gonna be pulling his armored jacket tight, like making sure it's like extra buttoned. Like he's not leaving the jacket open, like would be cool. He has it buttoned up, like and all the buttons buttoned up, so he looks kind of lame,
And yeah, full on like open arms. Hey, a scales, hey, Jay, come on, get over here.
First off, I don't know if he looks lame. In the Matrix, they had their shit all the way up to here, and they look cool as shit. So I don't know.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
There is a small smile that appears on her face, like in answer to Mojave's like greeting. But Mojave would know there is tension in her face. Like that this is not exactly ideal, but that she's doing this to benefit them. But yeah, she comes into the room, and she stops near Veruca and is looking, down at her, staring into her eyes.
Yeah, Scales. Meet my old pal Rue. My friend Scales.
Veruca stands about 6 foot, I'd say 6 foot, maybe 6 feet to 6'1" without heels on. She's absolutely wearing like 6-inch heels. So see, she's at 6'7" by this point.
Mm-hmm.
So I was still
Naturally, with
not
legs,
as tall.
no, because without heels, without a tail,
Oh yeah.
Scales is 6'7", so
Right. So
she's big.
So she's looking at you, and she has these very bright pink eyes. And she looks up at you, and there is no trace, legitimately no trace of, like, any form of anger, aggression, dislike. In fact, she's looking at you very admiringly. She's
That's off-putting.
absolutely like looking at like your scales, and she goes from your eyes to your scales to your stature, and then she seems to kind of look past you, and she's just grinning, and she's like, "You are beautiful."
Thank you.
Holly,
Morningstar
Holly, you didn't
is
tell
so
me you had
confused.
such pretty friends.
Yeah, I mean, what did I say? What did I say? I know how to pick up. Oh, so we can't forget Jay over here. Come on, Jay. Come over, say hi.
Ooh.
Pulling him to the front. He is making friends whether he wants to or not.
She is absolutely
You're
taller than
muted.
you. No.
You're muted, Nascavian.
Jay's gonna like try to pull himself inside of his armored jacket
Hurtling up like,
like a turtle.
Yeah, over his head, full on mouthing. He's a bit shy.
There's a as you kind of watch up, she's smiling at you, but as you kind of turtle into your jacket, she has a moment where she kind of just pauses for a bit, and she absolutely like kind of has to pull herself back from straight up licking her lips.
Don't like that.
It's like she goes for it, and then she pauses, kind of straightens her back, and then looks back at Scales, and it's like she has a whole moment of pauses again, and looks back at Mojave like, "Your friends are wonderful."
His smile has that slightly shark-like quality, dare I say, that it had back when Cloudy and I were having our little meeting with Vice. Like that, it's that same smile. Like, yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. They're helping me here, fix things. Real important work. I depend on them.
That predatory stare. Morningstar says, you look like your father.
Really? Oh, thank you. Truly, I would rather look like him than my mother.
Yes. So, you can help us.
Yes. Now that I get to see all of you, I can absolutely help. I cannot hurt Evangeline on my own. That's the rules. But
Well, that ain't gonna be a problem.
right. See, that's the best part. I can do... Oh, I can't hurt Vinny either, technically. I did say I wouldn't.
Do you want to?
I mean, he's kind of a really shitty accessory.
Oh.
Yeah, it didn't seem your type.
No, and he doesn't even have like any good qualities like you do.
Morningstar's eyebrow just like I think it's not her eyebrows at all. I think her scales get darker. It's not because you've seen the jealousy color on her. It's not jealousy. This is like, bitch, what the fuck was that? What are you saying? You know what I mean? Like, it is hold on, I didn't hear you correctly. One more again. You know what I mean?
And
Like
she-
that kind of
And
attitude.
Mojave
after-
just laughs and is nodding along as though he knows exactly what she's talking about.
And like after she says this, she walks over to Mojave and she just interlocks her arm into his and just holds onto his arm, and she looks absolutely ecstatic. Like she's legitimately letting her emotion show for like maybe a little too much. Maybe she's a little bit surprised and it's getting the better of her. But she's holding on to him, and it is, well, it definitely looks like something.
In a text. I sent a text message to Anxiety, and I'm like, is this how friends act? Like, she needs clarification. She's like, so she sent a text message, in her mind without blinking, to Anxiety, and is like, is this how friends behave? Because
I mean, the response is like, the shit you told me about T?
Mhm.
Question mark? Like, I think everyone's got that one homicidal friend, right? Like, everybody does.
Oh,
Apparently.
she's like, okay.
It's like you're throwing stones in a glass house here. I don't know what to tell you.
No, I think she's just trying to understand. Like, I think it's truly from like, she's like, this seems, I'm being told they're friends. The dynamic is not friends. What is this? Right?
Well,
so she's
they were
confused.
both predatory before Mojave was Mojave.
That's true.
Keep
Okay.
that in mind. Is like,
Yeah. So she, like, when he responds, she's like, thank you so much for the clarification. And her shoulders, she kind of like rolls them in this way of like forcing herself to relax. And then she slithers closer to them, to the group as a whole, and says, okay, so you cannot touch her, you cannot touch him. What can you do? And she's not saying that in like a mean way, just to be clear. Like, it's a genuine question.
Oh, and she looks at you, and she gets kind of like, the best way to put it is like, she gets lost in your eyes for a minute.
Girl, you better chill. You better calm the fuck down.
And she smiles and goes, well, what I can do is, because technically I'm a Variantess, not changing my fucking name, I have access to Evangeline's house. And maybe because Evangeline's a dumbass, at least half her guards are mine. And maybe I can, have a problem and need to call all my guards back.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be a heck of a help if you just called and had a couple friends over. We just need to get in the building.
That's
Scales
it?
here can work wonders.
Ooh, can you? And she's like looking at you really carefully and is just like, I don't take this the wrong way at all, but like, what are you?
Morningstar looks at Ollie, and there's like a hardness there. And she responds with, I am not you.
Did you say I am not you?
Mm-hmm.
She
That's
pauses.
the most she'll give.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
the most she'll give. I am not like you.
Oh yeah. She pauses, listens to it, goes, oh, no one's like me. Well, and then she kind
She's a
of
good
looks over at
friend, and
Mojave.
honestly, that's enough.
Okay. And she kind of goes back and grabs onto Mojave, and she kind of slightly pointedly looks at you, Morningstar, as she like grabs his arm a little tighter.
Okay.
He does kind of roll his eyes a little bit, like he sees these things.
Okay.
Actually,
Morningstar's not.
he rolls his eyes and then like just it's slight, it's sidelong, but he gives Rue a look.
Morningstar is really genuinely not equipped for social combat. That's not her gifts. So she just looks to
What are the exact emotions that Morningstar's feeling right now?
roll me judge intentions. No, she is, I think she just doesn't trust this girl, you know what I mean? I think so there's distrust, but I think there's also this like, you are a fucking problem, but I have a bigger problem to deal with, so I need you to behave. There is this energy of like, I am not the one to play games with. You know what I'm saying? Like she's just like, the others know that socially she is incapable of playing these kinds of games because she's too direct for that. But like there is a little bit of like, you are so lucky I can't fucking kill you, because she wants to, she's like, you're wasting my fucking time. So yeah, it's there's an aggression there, but it's like in check. She's like, I'm trying to be business right now, and you want to play baby games, so it's not great. It's not great emotions coming from her. Her scales have changed to like a her scales are no longer where the light hits it and you kind of get that rainbow oil slick sheen. They're flat matte black.
She like, she's like having a moment, and then Mojave gives her that kind of sidelong glance. And she sighs. And she lets go of his arm. And she looks at Scales, she looks at everyone here. And then you watch her, the best way to put it is stand up. Like her back absolutely stretches upward and she kind of shifts a little bit. And she raises one hand and she snaps. Like snaps her fingers. And one of the dudes comes rushing over to her with a very long coat. And he just sort of hands it to her and she puts on the coat, and it's a very nice like leather trench coat, but it's wine red. And she kind of puts it around herself, ties it correctly, and it like does a like a brush off motion on her thigh. You know, kind of, it's weird. Like she fixes her hair, and you watch as she kind of turns from like Malibu Barbie to, you know, kind of a ditzy to an uncomfortably perfect person. Like we're talking magazine.
Uncanny Valley shit. Yeah,
Uncanny
yeah.
Valley. She's photoshopped suddenly. And she's just standing there very politely. And she looks over to Mojave. Okay. So, Ollie, friends, what exactly do you want me to do? I more mean I just need it in very specific terms.
Scales, cloudy, anxiety. What's the extent? So, what do we need here?
You spoke to Vice earlier today, yes?
Yeah.
He told you what we needed.
I mean, what do we need to confirm our suspicions? Is access enough?
I cannot speak for Cloudy and his abilities, but for me, I won't know until I get there.
Well, you just need access to her systems and things, right?
Her things, yes.
All right.
There's also something to be said for physically being able to go through her things. You know, as far as the things that you can do, things you can read off of her, everyday objects.
Yeah, I mean, you get us access to her place. That's great. You get us a conversation with her later after we've gone through her stuff. That might be even better. And
Well-
after the conversation's been had. There's a very familiar, to Rue at least, look in his eye. It's less familiar on the face of Mojave as you know him.
So the real question is, what's the job? Are we just looking for data? Are we extracting her?
Both. But that may require
Okay.
2 separate locations. I need access to her things, to her information. I need access to her life. I will be able to pick up trails as how far she is involved. If this is just very shallow face value involvement in order for her to keep up her nonsense, her immortal I want to live forever and be young forever bullshit, she can be
Mhm.
fucking x'd out for all I care. But if it's
Yeah.
deeper, we need to take her.
Yeah, Rue. You know the name Mananangal?
Her kind of false smile fades. Yes, I do.
Yeah. We got a reason to think Evangeline's been making some real interesting deals. There's a reason the gossip's been wild lately.
Damn. Makes sense. She's about as cruel as that. I mean, hey, any woman who's gonna sell a fucking newborn probably would do awful things alongside a crazy fucking blood spirit. Well, blood and whatever else.
Have you seen the biodome?
It's kind of like right there. It's really easy to see.
Yes. Not just in this plane, but in all.
Oh, God.
Yes.
I don't like it. It's gross.
Real
Yeah.
messy is what it is.
I agree. When that grand opening happens, there is supposed to be some sort of event. I don't know how much.
Oh, yeah, I got an invite to that.
Right.
Did you now?
Yeah. It's supposed to be like fucking massive. I wasn't gonna go because like it was so easy to tell that shit was wrong. And like dad was also supposed to go and we're not going.
Yeah, better you don't. But me and my crew ought to be there.
Oh, do you want my invite?
I mean,
I mean, it's got my name on it specifically, but I figure and she kind of nods over to Morningstar. You do computery stuff?
I am known to dabble.
You probably know how to like forge stuff, right?
Sure.
Cool. Then I'll just message it to Ollie and he can pass it to you. And you can figure some shit out. Now, more important to me, you all would like me to get you into Evangeline's house. By the way, I'm going to pause really quickly above table. If stream goes down, I'm very sorry. My computer is making the death knell noise.
oh no.
Okay. All
I
right.
don't.
Well, everyone's prepared just in case.
Everyone's prepared. Like it doesn't seem. It seems fine. I opened my door. I pray to God. But if the stream suddenly disappears, I have warned everybody.
Okay.
So, either I can get you in unseen, or I can just make it available to get in. One of these is a deal, and one of these is a favor. Do you want the deal and make it a lot easier to get fun things, or do you want the favor and you're all on your own?
I mean, y'all already know Morningstar is not trying to make a deal with this fucking girl.
Same. Prefer the favor.
Always business, Rue. I think at this point, what's a favor between friends?
Listen, it wouldn't be like a serious deal. I'm not asking for like a soul. not Dad.
He was giving us that spiel this morning.
Oh, I figure. That's so pushy sometimes.
Uh-huh.
What are you asking for?
Well, that depends, but... And she kind of looks around, looks at everybody, and looks at Morningstar.
Uh-huh.
And she's calmly goes, a little bit of your envy.
I think that's the first time that she blinks. This entire time she's not been blinking, and this is the first time she does. The urge to commit violence.
What about fear?
Oh, that worked too. I don't like it as much. It doesn't taste as good.
No.
See, I'm more of a refined palate.
What happens when you take that?
Depends. If it's something really extreme, I take it permanently. If it's not, and it's something simple like this, you might actually feel good after it. Some people do. But sometimes, fear might come with envy, and when someone loses certain emotions, they might do something they shouldn't do.
Yeah, we know all about that. It's been a real weird couple of years, Rue, I tell you that.
Really? Alright. We need to have that lunch, or dinner, or whatever. Because I need to know everything. But
I give you my envy and you make sure the way's clear.
absolutely. I get some of that. Oh, hell yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna say, Rue, if we're talking business, I say you sweeten the pot, because this crew's good enough. We could get in way clear on our own. Come on. Like, he winks. He's full on. We're playing here.
Okay. I will help you in. And I'll tell you where to find something so my dad can actually help you.
Now, them terms seem a little more tasty. What do you say, Scales? You're doing this? You're making this trade? Like, full on the Ollie Falcone drains from his face, and it's just sincerity there.
I don't think she feels like she has a choice. Not because he's not that it's not being offered as a choice, but rather because like the stakes comparatively. And she has made some choices because of her envy that haven't been great. So she slithers forward and holds her hand out and says, "You have a deal."
Rue's face, she grins. And she kind of puts her head down. And her face kind of becomes very shaded. Her grin gets a little wider. And her eyes seem to glow a little bit. And she grabs your hand, Morningstar. And she pulls you closer. And reaches up to you. And pulls your head in. And she gives you a very short kiss.
Not what I was expecting.
All of a sudden, you feel odd. You don't notice anything different immediately at first, just a little bit of a strange sensation. And then you feel guilt. Insane levels of guilt. You have done so many horrible things. Don't trust any of your friends, do you? You stalk them. You watch them. You've done things. Because the truth is, you want that control. And that control is born from this envy. You wouldn't think it is. But that's the core of it all. That's what it's from. You don't like that they have control of their own lives. That they seem to know what they're doing. And you don't. You don't like it. And you're suddenly very aware that you don't like it. It's like it drips into you. And now you're just... You feel like a monster. But for a whole nother reason.
I think she experiences that. And she pulls back, blinks a couple of times, and is looking at this spirit, this girl. And then suddenly there is a face that it's like, it's not hate, it's loathing. And it is contorted Morningstar's face into looking less human and more Naga. In fact, there are probably images of her grandfather's face that look exactly like hers right now. And then she calms down. She clears her throat. And she says, right. That's done then. I'll meet you guys in the car. And she leaves. She slithers out. Goes into the car. And I think because like not even Jay is in the car, Midori is still with him to protect him. She's like actually by herself. She cuts off all her shit, everything, just exits all tabs and screams in this tank. Lets out this blood-curdling shriek. It's like all of her anger, all of her pain and sorrow and grief and guilt, and all of it comes bubbling up in this just monstrous scream that she lets out. And then she just curls up in the car and spends the rest of the time just trying to grapple with those feelings, with feeling like a monster. Because she's always felt that way, but now it's like in her face and she doesn't have anything to cover those emotions up. She's just kind of in it right now in the car, away from everybody.
Once you have slithered away, Rue turns to Mojave and legitimately actually has a bit of a softened face for a moment and goes, Ollie, I'd say maybe I'm only going to take it for 3 days. 3 days. Because honestly, this is going to help me and Dad. So I'm not going to take it permanently. Besides, this was not a good enough deal for a permanent take. But, she had a lot. You may want to watch her. I'm very full right now.
It's been a wild couple of years, sure.
Apparently? Ooh. Okay, I may have been really hungry and I may have made a bit of a mistake, and I'm sorry if your friend is hurt. But your friend did say yes.
I mean, you just flamed her for like 3 minutes straight.
Well, yeah, duh. You gotta
Okay.
grill your food.
I guess. Shit. Is she stalking all of us?
I mean,
Like, all of us?
hold on, is that above table or below table?
That's like the anxiety is asking her, like, Hey, quick
Oh,
question.
I think that all happened in.
Oh, that's all in
Morningstar's head.
Morningstar's mind. That was
That wasn't
not
out loud.
who-
I
No.
was like,
Yeah, yeah.
holy shit, question here.
Yeah, no, that wasn't said out loud.
Any of that description, I was not. I was saying that just in Morningstar's mind. No one
Yeah,
heard
yeah.
that she's stalking everybody. Morningstar
Okay.
just got a kiss, got depressed, and ran.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, no. The only
Yeah.
thing you are aware of is that apparently Rue took her envy away.
And apparently there was a lot, and it made her very full.
It's about the legs, huh? She can't wear shoes, so I assume.
She's holding a lot inside, but rules the deal. That's not mine to say. Unless you want to make a deal for that information.
No. I just assume it's shoes. She'd look good in wedges, you know?
Honestly, she could be a pretty
Like-
good model with that height.
Too tall for heels. Like, what the fuck?
Excuse? And she kind of like
Not
look
wedges.
at you like she's sitting there at like 6'1",
Yeah.
wearing 6-inch heels. You are never too tall for heels.
I don't know about that. At what point is, I don't know. Once your ass is equidistant from your head, from your tits, it's kind of looks a little weird. Not on you, but she's big, you know, like big.
She's very And Root
Mojave's
pauses.
pinching the bridge of his nose again, just at this talk in general.
They're very pretty. They're very
Yeah.
pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. And like her phone like kind of buzzes and goes, "Oh. Well, shit. I gotta go meet my husband for dinner. Ugh. I'll find a way to get rid of him."
I mean,
You know, Rue,
Hmm?
I gotta ask.
Hmm?
Does he deserve it?
She pauses. I mean, he's a really shitty mobster.
But that could mean he's a good guy, like ethically speaking.
Maybe it's, maybe you ought to talk him into a nice long vacation.
I can't do that. That's against my rules.
Is it now?
Mhm.
Well,
Look, if you want me to ruin your marriage, I'm available.
Oh, really? You did do a really good job, actually.
Oh, thank you.
Like, seriously, then again, like, his lust wasn't really that high, like, for me, obviously, but with you, that was skyrocketed.
Yeah, so you know, if he were to commit an infidelity, I mean, all right.
True. That's all in legal stuff.
Oh, well.
I won't. Looks at, like, Mojave. I won't kill him.
yeah, it's been
Yeah.
a wild couple of years. New me, I'm doing that whole trying to preserve life thing.
I noticed. What is going on?
What can I say? I woke up in the desert, went to LA, set myself up as a doctor. I'm different now.
Do I have to be better?
I mean,
Oh,
You get to be better.
still fun.
you promise?
I swear it.
She reaches up her hand to touch your face. Okay. I'll be better for you. Now, I gotta go. Actual business. And she pulls like open the trench coat, pops it down but past her shoulders, and she fucking struts out, snaps her fingers. All 15 dudes come following her out.
See you around, Rue.
She turns for a moment and blows a kiss at you.
And yeah, we're heading out as well because, like, why are we gonna hang around here? Like,
Right, it is just an empty office building used for interrogations.
All right. Cloudy would go on ahead once people start moving on back. Just zip back to my body and look at Morningstar.
Morningstar has mismatched eyes. One is golden, one is like a dark blue, and normally there's like almost like a glow to her eyes. They look flat, like in anime when they do like the no pupil and there's like the thin lines, like those are her eyes look dead. And she's just curled up, kind of like holding herself. But she's not moving. She's almost like statue-like right now.
All right. Looking at your soul instead for a second.
Roll a
immediately
sensing.
thinking, no. Did she suck out some of her soul?
So, with that sensing, you can tell that Morningstar there's a lot of heavy shit. There's a lot of heavy shit that is weighing their soul down. And you can see that there are remnants of Rue's energy, but there's no essence missing. The soul's not gone or destroyed, but it's dim.
Mhm.
It's dimmer.
No. That just means whatever this is can be fixed. That's
Yeah,
what I was
yeah.
immediately
No essence
looking
has been
for.
destroyed or missing. It's just there is this clear damage that's been done. Things aren't the same as they were. And you can definitely tell the best way to put it is slapped on the soul is a, in no uncertain terms, collar that sits around Morningstar's throat right now. And it is this pink, kind of almost looks like a spiked collar.
That bitch. Like he is saying that audibly out loud, but no, that bitch. You literally have a goddamn chain around your soul.
Yes, I imagine that is what happens when you make deals with devils. It will be worth it.
Can we break the chain?
Could I?
I don't know.
Roll your spirit knowledge.
Could I? Maybe.
While you look for that
One.
role, Morningstar will say, if you plan on breaking it, wait till we are done with our business.
Wasn't
Well,
planning on it.
Hopefully, if we complete our business, she'll like take away the chain, right? And you want to worry about it?
Should be.
I don't
Cloudy
know.
with that one. When spirits make deals like this, the terms are stated and spirits are bound to those terms. They don't.
She said 3 days.
Could I? Maybe. Am I going to? No.
This entire time, I don't know who's near other than Cloudy and Jay. She is not looking at anyone. You'll notice it's like a little trick that she's doing. her face is at your face, right? Like in that direction.
Mhm.
But she's
like-
not looking you in the eyes. She's like looking in the inner corner of your eyes. So there's no real eye contact from her. Anyone viewing from the outside would think that that's what she's doing, but she's not. She's like found a point on your face to look at, and that's what she's looking at. And so anytime someone talks, she's going through those motions.
To be fair, by and large, he's not looking at her eyes either. He is looking soul realm, so look into. So it's mutual. It's mutual.
Yeah.
But oof.
Yeah, the moment we are back in the car, there's just, quietly taking Scales' whole vibe and physical aspect of the vibe.
She's not doing good.
Yeah.
She's doing really, really bad, actually.
In fact, I think he full on, quiet, keeping back, giving her space, because that is the way in which he shows he cares. But just, how you doing, Scales?
It will be worth it.
That wasn't what I asked.
And I'm not going to answer. And that's the first time that she's ever actually responded to you in that way. And I think really to anyone, where she's fully like closing off. She is a raw bundle of nerves right now. And I think she's hanging on by a thread.
Yeah, he nods and just not gonna press you. But if you find yourself wanting to talk about it, just let me know.
She'll nod in response. And then she'll just like look out the window, even though it's facing a fucking brick wall, you know what I mean? And she's just very clearly shutting everyone out.
Hand on her shoulder briefly, just that bit of physical touch to show that he is there. Not a touchy person, but like it's important to her. I'm touching your shoulder, man.
Yeah, I think her scales remain dark, and there's no light catching shimmer. She's just absent.
Looks on in concerned Mojave.
You all head back to the house. And unless anyone has anything very specific they'd like to do, I would like to skip us forward a little bit in the day. Specifically into the night.
One thing.
Yes? What would you like to do?
One thing. Chocolate milkshakes.
That,
Yes?
You know what? Fair enough. Chocolate milkshakes, actually. You know what? Skip that back. Get some chocolate milkshakes.
Yeah, no, high key. Like honestly, after that, I'm checking in with everybody. Like, I'm checking in with everybody. We're having chocolate milkshakes, and I'm saying, okay, so how is everybody doing?
How is everybody doing right now? What's everyone's brain thoughts right now?
Jay's doing as fine as he can be, but like in the back of his head, he has a lot of anxiety around like having to physically be in front of strangers. Like he did not want to go say hi to Vice's daughter in person. He was very happy just chilling in the van and like flying the Ice Spies around and like just chilling with Scales piloting the spies and stuff like that. Like he didn't want to like endanger himself, you know?
Anyone else got any specifics?
Cloudy is starting to get back into actual runner and or potentially wet work mindset, coming to terms with kidnapping and likely murdering a woman. Very much deserves it, so it's not hard, but it's a different mental shift from help friend. Um, but the chocolate milkshake helps.
It's a, it's a different kind of hero work, right?
For sure, for sure. It's anti-hero work, in fact.
anti-hero
work. Yeah.
Morningstar, it says thank you for the chocolate milkshake, but she does disappear into her room, and she actually locks the door. You can hear the like metal, sliding into place. And she is going to, because the guilt is so much, and like that shit is heavy for her right now. So she, in fact, shuts off all of her connections, her her stalking connections. She shuts them all off. Even the tags that she has on everybody's devices, she takes them off. She like everything goes offline. And I think for the first time in her entire life, it's dark here. There's no little sprites. She's not in the Matrix. Like all of it is off. And I think there's this feeling of what she is a problem. And she thinks about the fears that Oliver had before he became Mojave. And I think for the first time she goes, maybe he was right. And she stays in her little cocoon thinking those thoughts.
I was gonna say that even before that was said, this was my intent, but even more so like above tape. But yeah, no, with Scales withdrawing like that, there is no way Mojave's not at least, going to knock on the door. We respect her space, but we also have to continue to, it's like, hey.
Mm-hmm. She does not answer.
You got water in there, Scales? We're in the desert. You could probably use a drink.
There's no response.
You don't answer. You say something. I know you're alive.
A little text message goes to his phone and says, I'm alive. Leave me alone.
Gonna leave a glass of water and a snack outside your door.
She makes his phone vibrate, but there's no text. She just makes it vibrate in response.
Gonna assume that was you.
And then just, cuts off her connection to his phone.
Yeah, like we're respecting her space, but we're also like, you're not in this alone. We're not leaving you alone to wallow completely. You take the water when you're ready, but gosh darn, you hydrate.
I think there's like split second moment where she like pushes out Midori's charger and takes the glass of water and then locks the door again. Because she's like, I can't have anyone near me right now. I'm a monster. I'm a danger. She's having all those really dark thoughts, and so she's just like, nobody come near me.
Here's a question, ST, just in general sense. Astral perception, how aware am I of these vibes?
Oh. Softy?
I'm very sorry. I dropped my headset for a second because I had to grab a fan to try to
I sure know how to pick my
stave
moments.
off my computer's descent into death.
Yeah.
3 seconds. Let me plug it in real quick.
No worries. Have at it. I don't know. Is it possible to turn into a void on the
If it is, you don't know how to do it.
No, it's true. She doesn't know how to do it.
Yeah, it's more like the depth and the exactness, because I know I can get an overall vibe. I mean, I know an overall vibe just from having known Scales the entirety of Mojave's life as Mojave.
Yeah, for sure.
But like the nuance, the depth, and the specifics.
Yeah. She's
All right. Sorry. Resuscitation is completed.
Hey.
Mm-hmm.
He's not
Yeah,
making
I was-
scary noises anymore.
Good.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I was just asking on the astral how detailed of a picture of am I able to get of Scales' astral like emotional state?
Sensing.
Yes.
I, bro, you can read Scales like a book.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Scales is in a full-on depression spiral right now. Pieces of Scales' mind that kept Scales balanced are gone, and it is not safe.
Yeah, in that case, the glass of water and the snack they're left at the door. I'm not gonna hover. They're not gonna linger. I am gonna come back in a few minutes to make sure she took them. But with them, there is a smiley face drawn on that napkin with itty bitty little concerned eyebrows.
Concerned eyebrow.
Concerned eyebrows.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's when you're gone, probably checking on others, that she takes her fucking asking me, please. She takes the snack and the water bottle and pushes out the charger, and leaves the note. So, I mean, it's bad. Okay, it's real bad in there.
And again, like when Mojave comes back to check that the snack has been taken, like we can only do so much. You can't help somebody who doesn't want to be helped. It's no good to go talk to somebody if they're not ready to talk. But that napkin with the smiley face is being aggressively slid under the door. No words, but it is entering your space. You are not allowed to forget the fact that your friends love you.
Amazing.
I would say that Midori, since his charger is pushed out to the hall, definitely kind of curls up on his charger like a very sad cat.
Yeah, well, she's not doing great. She doesn't want to bleed it on her son.
And just for the record, Mojave will be, for the time being, until this passes, just make it known that as Scales has been watching our phone, I am now distinctly through the walls, keeping half an eye on Scales' aura, so that if anything drastic looks like it's about to happen, Mojave's gonna be like, nuh-uh, sit down, drink some water, let's talk about your feelings, dang it.
So,
yeah.
Oh, yes. One thing I'll ask is, anxiety. Are you feeling anything specific in this moment, or are you just okay?
He's okay. There's this general sense of why am I moving up to second place in the most stable in the group? Uh-oh.
There's debate. There's
I should
debate
be
that you might be the most. There is a debate for it.
Yeah, he's like, oh shit, am I the one with my life figured out? Oh god. Okay,
Let's put up a poll. Cloud or anxiety?
Guess I'll text my employed girlfriend to see how my family's doing. Oh god, hold up. Oh shit.
You gonna text your family?
He's just checking in with like his sister, his parents,
Yeah.
just you know.
Ra's doing fine. Ra, at least for a little bit, as you've been messaging, Ra sends pictures back. Ra has been absolutely running mask for the last little bit. And so that's just right now. And then, like, family, your sister seems fine. She's kind of like, she's posted some pictures about her at a party with her bros. And the best way to put it is it's like she's made friends with the most stereotypical frat bros you have ever seen.
Yeah.
And apparently the way she did this is that she's fairly skilled in magic, actually. She's discovered she's good at it. And those frat bros happen to be part of one of the magic fraternities.
Oh, hell
And-
yeah.
so,
She's a
yeah.
Hufflepuff? That's great.
Yeah, she's actually having a really good time. You do get a message, once you're checking, and you kind of get a message back that apparently in the lower sections, where a lot of people from Freak Show Row moved, as well as like your parents are definitely in the upper part of that, where it's a little bit more. That's not as hell because you definitely you
Yeah.
have money enough to help them. But there has apparently been incidents that have occurred lately.
Okay.
Like, nothing too scary, just random security sweeps for, like, seemingly no reason. Like, Knight Errant coming running through the damn streets. Like, not stopping. They're just...
For Freak Show Row?
Yeah.
Oh, that's probably fine.
Oh, yeah. Other than that, though, nothing. No, everything seems fine. They're okay. No one's gotten grabbed or hurt or anything. They just, weird drive-by. And then
That's
later on, you do get a message. A little bit of a weird one. It's from Ra's number.
Mhm.
And it just says, hey, keep yourself safe. And, like, it's definitely a little more... it's on its own. It was unprompted and very much feels more serious.
Okay.
Are you going to try to...
The response will be, yeah, you too. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm going to be incommunicado for a little bit. Stuff happened in LA.
Okay. Should I? I'll wait for you to contact me.
Yeah, don't worry. I'll be fine.
All right, we are done messaging Ra for a little bit.
Is there anything else anyone wants to do that's very specific before I kind of shift the time forward for something?
Continue working on my little spell diagram thing I've been working on for a little bit, but hey.
Oh yeah, you're working on your spell diagram. Jason, I assume you're still working on the troll unit. You are going in on that. I assume you're gonna stay up probably a little late. You're gonna burn that midnight oil, as it were.
I was muted. Yes, he is.
All right. So, as the night wears on, you're burning the midnight oil. Everyone eventually succumbs to sleep, whether fitful or not, or in Anxiety's case, 2 hours of meditation, I think, because I don't think it's actually sleep. Except for you, Jay. And it's dark in the building, save for your workshop. And then someone approaches you. Mojave.
Do
I was gonna say it's not so much approaches as Mojave just kind of he's awake, can't sleep, there's a lot going on. Sort of stands there in the doorway for a while watching you work, Jay.
How does Jay notice you? Like, do you startle him?
I mean,
Well,
if Jay doesn't notice me, then I'm just gonna stand there and watch him for a minute, and then it's gonna be,
So,
When
Then
Jay
I'm gonna
doesn't
say
notice, I'm waiting for like the moist critical screen.
dude, do you want me to roll to see if I notice Mojave?
Roll perception.
Okay.
Mojave's not hiding, he's just standing there, so...
yeah, just
But,
quietly
but
watching
you know,
your
I'm
buddy
in the
work.
zone.
True, you're in the zone, we'll see. Just crit glitches.
Wild.
Oh god, that was loud. My door's open. Oh, my roommate's absolutely just heard me bust out laughing.
Dog, he
He almost.
he almost.
I'm so sorry. Oh dear, I'm never gonna say anything like that again. So, Jay, you are in the zone. You got no fucking clue Mojave's there.
Oh yeah.
Now I gotta know what would happen if it was a crit glitch.
Startle him, and he like hits his thumb with a hammer, and it's horrible, blood everywhere.
Oh yeah, takes actual damage.
Yeah, no, I just watch him for a while until it's clear he is in the zone. And once I, get bored standing there like a weirdo, I'm just gonna, hey, Jay, still hard at work there, eh?
Jay would probably like jump and spin around and like point, I don't know, like a welding gun or a torch or something like at Mojave, and then like see it's Mojave and be like, oh, he like put it down. Hi.
How you
startled
doing?
me.
Yeah, I can tell.
And I thought everyone was asleep.
Yeah, well, you know how it is.
Yeah, are you burning the midnight oil building a mech too?
Something like that.
Yeah.
So, what's your goal with this again? Like, you're building this thing, but like, how come?
Because like, okay. You know how I like to fight with the links, right?
Mm-hmm.
I customized the links. I made it really cool. I gave it to Midori, and like Midori can like pilot the links. I'm basically going to build myself a tank that I can wear around myself and take wherever I need to go. I'm gonna be like Midori pilots that spider links. I pilot TR 011.
Mm-hmm. You said something that's gonna keep you safe, yeah?
Yeah.
Mojave sort of like strolls into the room, shuts the door behind him, like sits down across from Jay to look him in the eye. Wanted to talk to you about that.
Okay. Is this that talk like how you're not proud of how I'm spending my free time and not studying hard enough and like all that stuff or
Not quite, Jay. He actually, as he's talking, he takes out his revolver and just starts fiddling with it. I want to tell you a story here, yeah?
okay.
And I want you to listen up good.
I like stories.
Yeah, I think this one's real important for you to hear. So hear me out here. You make your fancy little troll suit. It works perfectly. It's everything you dreamed. You're tucked away in your little bulletproof cocoon. You'll never be scared again. Sound good so far, yeah?
Yeah, I love this
Yeah.
story.
Of course, sure, there are them little inconveniences. When you're in that suit, you can't eat, you can't drink, you can't feel the wind on your skin or bask in the warmth of the afternoon sun. You can't stretch those forearms of yours. Heck, now you gotta live like you only got two of the things. But I know what you're thinking. Security's worth a little sacrifice, ain't it? After all, it's better than getting shot, yeah?
Yeah, and like I can have like life support system that like feeds me a liquid diet of like some sort of nutrient mix and I can restock or whatever and
Mm-hmm. It
yeah.
ain't the same, but I know what you're saying. But see, one of these days, we get in a scrape against someone who knows what's up. Not the small fry gutter dreck we've danced with so far. No, we're dealing with real villains. Corporate assets and time enough to plan ahead. Don't forget, Jay, Scales ain't the only technomancer out there, and some of them deckers have some real neat tricks. You're in your cozy little cocoon, and then you get hacked Your legs lock in place, your arms betray you. You might still even be walking around, but it ain't you at the wheel no more. Your suit of armor's a prison, and you're locked. You can't even rattle the bars. You're blind and deaf, and you can't call for help. You can't even scream as your systems go haywire. Maybe your heart stops when your rig sends a current down back along your spine. Maybe it's the cooling that's hit and you're boiled alive like an egg in your shell. Maybe the hacker targets your oxygen and you get to feel every single second you're dying while you slowly asphyxiate and the world goes all shiny black. However it goes down, Jay, by the time we notice something's wrong, handle the threat, and pry your little blue body out of big bad TR-011, it's already too late. Game over. No respawns. You're dead, and there's nothing we can do to save you. Can you handle that, Jay? Gun to your head, look me in the eye, and answer. Heroes are brave. Are you?
So what you're saying is, I need an ECM suite.
What I'm saying, Jay, is nothing we can do is going to keep you completely safe. Nothing you can do is going to keep you completely safe. Is that something you're ready to face? Because if it ain't, that puts the rest of us all in danger too.
Yeah, I'm sure I can put in like a manual override.
The gun is now being pointed at directly at Jay.
Jay's gonna like move away from the barrel of the gun.
It is being pointed at Jay.
Mojave, dude, why are you like flagging me?
You want to be a hero, yeah?
Yeah.
Are you ready to be a hero?
Yeah. Does that mean does that mean I get shot?
I don't know.
Are you gonna kill me for being a hero?
No, Jay. That's not what I'm here to do. I just want to make sure you understand. Are you brave?
Yeah. I think. I mean, I went and I talked to that person who said I'd like come in person. I didn't just stay in the van.
You did.
I didn't want to.
That's real good. Because it's, it's a lot, Jay. Because even if you could build an untouchable machine, you remember that old golden rule. Do unto others what you're prepared to have them do unto you. Fair's fair. You don't go pumping others full of lead if you're not prepared to eat bullets yourself.
Yeah, like the rubber bullets. Don't shoot other people with them unless I shoot myself with them, right?
Yeah, exactly like with the rubber bullets. Except these ones are real.
Yeah, I won't be a bully. I'm not gonna like put on my troll suit and start like, trolling people.
Good. And he's just
I'll be me.
You'll be you.
I don't know if the TO-011 will be dexterous enough to mix cocktails, but I mean, the thought will be there.
It's the reason we've been telling you not to wear it at home, Jay.
Yeah, I'm not gonna wear it at home. I already said I won't wear it at home.
You can't use it to hide because it's not going to keep you safe forever.
I'll only wear it when we go on runs.
Because between this, that, and some of the other comments you made, I gotta ask you, Jay. How do you feel staring down the barrel of this gun, eh?
Well, not good.
Yeah. Pounding heart, knowing dread, having trouble catching your breath. Because that's the thing, I want you to hold on to them sensations.
Is the safety one?
Flicks it off.
Oh, come on, man.
Look, I want you to listen to me, Jay. You know every person you've ever had your little toys pop felt the exact same way you're feeling right now, yeah? You know how it felt to lie in a pool of your own blood, helpless and alone on the floor while the world around you all falls apart. You know, every bad guy we've taken down had them same feelings. They had hopes, they had dreams, and they died just as scared, just as alone. You asked the other day if bad guys feel pain, and I'm here to tell you firsthand, they feel the exact same pain as you. And if you're going to make it as a shadow runner, J-boy, you got to make your peace with that. You're going to hurt others, and sometimes you're going to get hurt. Is that worth it to you?
I have a question, Mojave. Would you really point a loaded gun at your friend?
There's a click as he cocks back the hammer.
Jay will put his forehead against the barrel of the gun.
Mojave grins. That's what I like to see. Because hear me out. You know, Rahan, you and me are a lot alike. And some of the things you've been saying, when I hear you talking, I can't help but hear the echo of old Ollie Falcone, you know? I'm the hero, I'm saving people. If you get in my way, you deserve what you get. I can tell you the worst villains are the heroes who don't know they got a couple facts wrong. I want to make sure you don't go down the same path I went down.
Yeah, you don't want me like hurting bad guys that aren't bad guys. Like, you don't want me thinking I'm a hero when I'm being a villain.
Exactly. Exactly. And that's why I came here, to make sure you actually got what it takes. Because if you want to make the world less frightening, Jay, you got three options. One, you go home, you give up shadow running, you go back to your job, get a ritzy job with Ares where you never gotta take another risk. Never bleed again unless you cut yourself shaving. It's not the most exciting life. There's no shame in wanting to be safe. You know, two, you want to make the world less frightening, you kill everyone who scares you. But if that's what you want to do, you know, you got to start with me first, because I'm not about to stand by and watch you spiral. Put me in a real tricky situation, you know. Bad guys deserve to die for being bad. Only one of us dies here tonight. Or three, you accept the fact that sometimes you're going to get scared, sometimes you're going to get hurt, and that ain't going to stop you, because some things are worth it. We're in the business of risking our lives, and well, like I always say, you don't gamble what you ain't prepared to lose. And if you can't face losing, you don't play. Fancy mech suit is safer than skin. And we're going to do everything we can to pick you up if you go down. But it's all risk. And no amount of tech, magic, or doctrine will get rid of that. I want to know you're going to be brave enough to stand up and face your fear no matter what.
Yeah. I'll be brave, and like I don't wanna be like T turned himself into a machine. You know? I don't want to be like that. I want to build a mech suit. It'll still be me. I'll still be Jay. I'm not gonna be a robot.
I gotta ask, gun to your head, what are you fighting for? Because this right here, we're standing at a crossroads, Jay. You gotta make a choice. You've been a kid playing make-believe. Are you ready to get real?
I've been, fighting for the same stuff I've been fighting for a while. Just hanging out with my friends. And I want to, help my friends. When my friends are in danger, I help them out.
And you're willing to put your life on the line?
So far, yeah.
Yeah? You're gonna keep doing it?
Unless that gets cut short. Is it going to get cut short?
Sort of holds the barrel of the gun there to Jay's forehead for a good long moment, really, letting him stew in it just to see. But then it is pulled away. It is put away. So claps Jay on the shoulder. Just gotta make sure you're serious. Gotta make sure you know what's what.
I'm not going to let my friends down.
Is that all you're fighting for? So, T was your friend once too.
He left. I
He
mean,
did.
I guess he didn't like us as much as we liked him, huh?
Something like that.
Well, I don't want to abandon my friends.
Respect that. That's good. I just hope it's good enough. Sort of pulls back and just like stares at Jay for another long minute. What are you gonna do if something happens to the rest of us, Jay? Let's say something happens when we're out on a mission and you're back in the van and you're the only one to survive. What do you do then?
Well, I won't stay back in the van. I'll be like in the thick of things with my mech.
Okay, so your mech gets gotch, but you're still alive inside and the rest of us are dead. What then? You crawl out of the mech half an hour later, bad guys are gone and you're alone.
All of you guys are dead?
Yeah. I'm
Like
telling you a story, Jay. I want to know what you do.
dead, or I could like drag you to
Dead,
the
dead.
med kit. Oh man.
Because them's the times you find out, man. Are you a hero, a villain, or a coward? Are you doing what's right because it's right, because you want to help people? Are you doing what you want to do because it's fun and it just happens to be right for now because we're your friends? Or are you just playing a game?
I can't imagine a situation where like it's all for one for all, man? Like if we're all going, either we all go down together or none of us go down. Like I don't want to leave anyone behind.
Neither do we. But I just want to make sure you thought about these things. Because it's only going to get worse from here on out. Because one of these days we will be going against people who know we're coming. So far we ain't had to deal with that. But it's only a matter of time till my face goes public. Your dad's still out there looking for you. At least the company is.
So what you're saying is we need to get everyone to write a last will and testament. That way, if only one of us survives, we know what to do to like make amends with the others.
No. That ain't
No?
what I'm saying at all.
Oh.
I just want to make sure you know why you're here, Jay. Because if push comes to shove, I don't want to see you get hurt.
I don't want to see you get hurt either, Mojave. Maybe we'll have to put like a hospital in the van.
I'm the doctor, man. That's my job. Maybe, as we're doing this, find something else to fight for, too. Us is all well and good, but, Scales, Cloudy, Liam, they're doing this for the families. Me, I'm doing this to fix the legacy of everything I've done.
Well, like all
What's
I
gonna
like I kind of wanted to like escape the corpo life. Like I didn't like being the like Aries kid and like having to live up, be the best. You got I have to replace my dad one day, making robots and stuff like that, and going to school. I wanted to do my own thing, have my own friends, not be friends with like all the people with the fake smiles and all that stuff. So like I kind of already did that. Like, I don't want to go back home, but all I have now are my friends, and I don't want to lose my friends either. So my goal is don't go home and keep my friends.
Yeah. As your friend, I'm just here. Something happens to me, Jay, I want to make sure you're still on the right path.
So if you died once and came back, think like if you did like bite it again, you could come back again.
You know, I ain't willing to bet on it.
Yeah, I wouldn't take that bet.
No,
But I
don't
hope
gamble what you ain't
so.
prepared to lose. I'm gonna do everything in my power not to have to find out.
Yeah.
But if nothing else, Jay, from me, yeah, this hero talk. Try to remember moving forward that even the bad guys are people.
Yeah, and heroes never let friends down.
Yeah. And if you let me down in this case, I see you going dark, I am gonna blow out your brains.
All right, let's not do that.
Don't
Let's
go
not blow
bad.
out anyone's brains.
Finger guns. So long as we understand each other. Get some sleep, yeah?
Yeah.
Gonna pat him on the shoulder and gonna walk out. Gun still conspicuously in my other hand.
Jay, are you gonna save your work and head to bed?
I'm gonna kind of look things over real quick, and then yeah, I'll save it and I'll go to bed.
You allow yourself, after a intense conversation, to relinquish yourself to sleep. The whole house is quiet. And that is where we're going to take a break. And we'll be back in just a little bit.